Welcome back to Salty Gamers to week 55 of the account. We're not going to do a full roster review, we're going to go straight into the journey events today. After we pick up some stuff. Right, so Grand Arena, we won, the guy never played. So we've done a lot of work with the Ewoks this week to bring them up to scratch for C3PO, as well as the Endor raid that's now finally released, so we'll quickly go into that. So we've got the Speeder Bike Pursuit, and it's 180,000 tickets, so we're looking to run it every Friday, so it will run across the weekend. Rewards, we're looking to hit the 16 million crate, preferably, so that we can at least get rewards in it, and it's 12,500 Mark 1, 5,500 Mark 2 and 500 Mark 3, and then progressively gets more and more Mark 3 as we go, and Mark 2, up to a grand total of 8,770 Mark 2, 3, 9,700 Mark 2 and 16,500 Mark 1. Just show the required units if we can. Unit requirements are all of these. It's all the units that are able to be used, and they need to be a minimum of 5 stars, preferably gear 10 and above for tier 1. Then you've got your personal track as well, which gives you more rewards. It'll last for 3 days, you get 8 attempts, and it's similar to the Lord of the Rings raid if anybody plays Lord of the Rings Heroes Middle Earth. So we're about halfway to getting our tickets now, and then we'll run it on the Friday, and then it should work out once a week. Right, we'll start off with Galactic Legends Ray, and then we'll move on to C3PO. So we're going to do phase 2, and we've got 123 tickets, and we need to do, I think, 3 more battles for this one. So go Finn, BB-8, Poe and R2. Switch that over to R2, get us under stealth, and then we're going to hit First Order pilot. Oh, we're under stealth, so let's get rid of Hux. Try and get the stun on Executioner. Pull back Terminator. Not under stealth anymore, so just go for a basic. Go for the stun. Get rid of the top. stealth is out of here. Stealth up. And then let's just clean up. And there we go. Halfway, 2 more battles. So flip that to R2. Stealth up. And we'll just continue the same as we did last time. We'll get rid of the pilot. So if we can control the battle, it's a lot easier. So we're under stealth. We're not under stealth, so we can place it. And there we go. So now we need 60 tokens and we do this 3 more times. So hopefully the way it's going I should hopefully have this done by next week. And that will unlock us Ray. And then it's on to Relic and are off. And then we do the ultimate, which I need to get her preferably at Relic 7. And then we start going for our ultimate. So there's the Ray journey up to there. Now on to C3PO. Excuse me. Just take a drink there.
Another outstanding achievement.
Another outstanding achievement. So we've got Chirpa, Pat Blue, Elder and T-Bow at gear 12, mainly for the raid. You can do it with them slightly less. And we've got Logray at 10. We'll eventually take them up to gear 12. We should be able to go all the way through and take up the 7-star.
R2-D2, get over here at once. This is no time for your foolishness. I've a good mind to get me there.
But if we can't, we'll finish it off once we get them to gear 12. So this one, you should just be able to one tap everybody because that's very easy. So first 2 or 3 runs, no strategy needed once you've got them geared for 7-star. If you're doing it in stages, then you might need to do a bit of strategy depending on what level of Ewoks you're using. I've done the first couple of stages with T-Bow only geared. So general strategy is when you can, take out Chewie. That gets rid of the safeguard. Logray dispels buffs and brings on days. Elder clears buffs and heals. Patlo tanks. And all that will become more apparent when we move on. So Logray will be used to help pull back Turn Eater. And I'll explain that as I do it. Just go through this one nice and easy. As with all events, it starts getting harder and harder in terms of gear level that you need. So the only data that we have and will need on this team is Chirpas. When I've done it with Wicket, I've ended up putting the Zeta on Wicket, but it's not exactly needed. So they're a wee bit more harder this time. They started off quicker, so what we'll do is we'll just dispel the buffs, debuffs on Logray by calling him to assist. He hits twice. Then he also gets Turn Meter, and we're going to get rid of the buffs on the enemy. And we're just going to go ahead and take Chewie out, getting rid of the safeguard. So stealth up for T-Bow because it comes in handy. Put Foresight down. So, this ability, when low-grade is under stealth, deal unavoidable physical damage to the target enemy and dispel buffs on them. If any buffs are dispelled, remove 60% turn meter. Actually, it's not when he's under stealth, it's this one. Deal physical damage to the target enemy. If T-Bow is stealth, also remove 100% turn meter. So that's where stealth works. So if he's under his basic, so long as he's stealth and he uses his basic, he'll pull back 100% turn meter. If they're buffed, it will remove 60% of their turn meter and dispel the buffs. So ideally you want T-Bow under stealth all the time if you can. If you're using T-Bow. He's a tank without a taunt though. The modding I'll go through at the end. I've used Gerbill's modding guide. I've got it on my Discord if anybody's interested. Jump into Discord and feel free to use it, or hit Gerbill's Discord up and I'm sure it's all on there, as well as he's got a video out for him. He's a big Ewok fanatic. So now they're ramping up. So again, we've got debuffs on Pat Blue, so we're just on T-Bow, so we're just going to call him to assist, and that gets rid of the debuffs. Then we're going to middle button on Logray, and we're going to get rid of. Actually, we're just going to get a counter attack, stealth up, and then a cleanse. So now, because he's under stealth, he'll remove. It should remove 100% turn meter each time. There we go. And then we'll just get rid of him. Get rid of his buffs. We can't hit Chew right now. So R2 will take the hit because he doesn't have safeguards. Logray also pulls back turn meter. And now that we've got everybody good to go, we'll just up and down. So the general strategy when we move on, if Logray's under stealth, I'll be using him for the assists. Just pull, not Logray, T-Bow is under stealth, and we'll use him for the assists so that we get that turn meter pull back. Okay, so this is where it really starts getting tricky. This is when you get the unlock. So this is the first battle on this event that people start struggling with.
R2, did you get over here at once? This is no time for your foolishness. I've a good mind to... dear.
Okay, we've lost Chirper straight away, but we've still got Elder, so we're okay. So straight away we're going to pull T-Bow out of stealth. We're going to do a revive, and then we're going to buff up so we get that counter, pull back time meter, stealth up, and just go for a basic, and then R2's going to take a turn next, so we'll just mass assist, take away his turn meter, buff up some more. So T-Bow is stealth, so we're going to use this one. He's going to dispel all hands buffs and removes his turn meter. And then we're going to go back onto R2 because he provides the stealth. Get cleanse. Oh. Counter, go back to turn meter. So we need to wail on Chewie now. So we don't want to lose Elder. Right, we don't have a tank anymore. Now we need to keep on Chewie. Ideally you want to get rid of these stacks of translation. We've got the revive. There we go, we've got Chewie out, now we focus on Han. Make sure Han's not getting a turn. Have to attack Leia because she's out of stealth. She's got no buff, so just basic. R2's out of stealth, so we'll just attack him. Basic. Han's out of stealth, so we'll attack him. And there we go. So that's 3PO unlocked. Now on to the more difficult battles. As long as we keep Elder, we're okay. So debuff, bring in the revive. We're going to use Elder to push turn meter. Stealth up, get a heal, get the counter, taunt up. Foresight. if any buffs are dispelled. So we're not trying to dispel his buffs. Actually we are, he's taunting, so we'll just get rid of his buffs so we can keep going. Back onto Trey. And then get rid of Trey. Perfect. On to Han. Don't let Han take a turn. Ideally you don't want anybody to take a turn, you want to totally control the turn meter. So Commando's going to take a turn, we'll just get rid of his turn meter. Okay, good, we've got rid of Han. Now time to focus on R2. We're going to get rid of the buffs on Leia. We need Elder's middle ability. But because he's dropped Pat Blue again, we'll just revive. Guaranteed him coming back. Pull back R2's turn meter. Put it here. Keep pulling back turn meter. Buff up, foresight. Keep the days, there we go, onto Leia, because if we could take out, you could leave 3PO right to the end because he can't do anything. He can't attack, he just puts debuffs down, but you're just wailing him. So just cleaning up here. Just in case she gets mad and starts going crazy. And with damage, we'll just make sure we're all buffed up. Just wail on 3PO. And there we go. 6-star, done. Right.
R2, did you get over here at once? This is no time for your foolishness. I've a good mind to... Dear.
Okay, Tibo taking a hit first, then Pat Blue. Buff up, then stealth, then Pat Blue's gone. Okay, so we could mass assist, but we're not going to get much, so we'll just get the counter on. Daze and debuff. And then get the revive. Bring Pat Blue back, brings debuff Tibo, stealth up. Foresight. And then we're going to wail on R2. Get rid of his buffs, heal up. Make sure the taunt's up. basic R2. Right, not good. Right, restart because we lost the Elder.
So key point as soon as I get on tree, we get on. So here's it. And the response we start. Elder's key. Yeah, so do you want to slightly? Positive and send it most quickly further. We're trying to get more health and send it more something. So put the back away. So just do it. And there's like 3 things, so let's see how we go from there. Just watch the translations of these. Nico. Try again. So try something. Nail one. So everybody included the tank. Pick up, just capture facility each time. Almost there, almost there. There's much there, run. I'm also here. Let's try, if we don't get this time, then come back. Nope, that's it. That's what you want on this one. So since that, we'll not do
East. So let's go ahead and activate him.
Another outstanding achievement.
And we'll just go ahead and take him up to 6 stars.
Another outstanding achievement.
And before we forget, we'll go to Elder. And we'll assign his loadout back to his mods. And then I think that was the mod. There we go. So that's the plan now that we have finished. I'll just do a quick overview of the roster. So now that we've finished up the Ewoks and we're getting light side tickets still, we're still finishing off Juhani, 8th brother for IG-88 ship, 3PO, 2PO, IG-11 and Mother Townsend when we can. Starting now that we've got some credits behind us, crystals behind us. I'm doing more refreshes. We've done a bit of Candace Ordo for Darth Revan. But we're going to switch to that now that we're coming on to the final stages of Rey, and we'll start building up the signal data, so when we get to the stage where we could relic Rey off, we'll have the signal data ready to go, and take her right up to 7 preferably, and then go in for the ultimate, and then back on to finishing off Candace, and then we'll need to get Bastila done as well, and hopefully by the time we're doing Bastila, hopefully Juhani will be done. And whilst we're farming out them, we'll start farming out, finishing off CLS, actually leveling up and gearing up. We'll then move on to Darth Revan. We'll have relicked off Vader by then, possibly even Palpatine. Looking at going for Malak, as well as finishing off the executor requirements depending on where we are with the ships. Once we finish the ships and fleet, which we don't have much more to do in terms of our ship, we've got 25 shards of TIE Advanced. So once we've finished off this ship, we'll then go and do Mirren, and we'll farm Mirren on fleet, and that'll finish off, well, it'll give us a big boost to our Night Sisters, and then it's just Zombie and Mother Talzin to finish off, and then it'll be on to Inquisitors to then fully round off our assault battle teams. The new farming guide account is underway, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I've done so far on that. If we go into the guild, probably better doing it by player level. So Damask. Anybody, a wee pop quiz in the comments, fire in if you know the reference Damask is in Star Wars lore. So, first teams that we're doing is Rebels, but with Sinistaros as lead, and then Inquisitors. Now we're a bit all over the place, it may look like. We're getting Iden for the ships, and we're building out pilots. So the aim of the game for this farming guide, which should end all farming guides, we've got Wicket already through the boxes, is factions and fleets. So, or fleets and factions. So if they're a pilot, they're getting used. So Geos, TIE Pilot, Inquisitors to a point, but we're not really fussed. Vader, Sunfac, Tarkin, Akbar, Ahsoka we're not really bothered for. Royal Guard we are, because we're going to build a Rebel fleet, an Empire fleet, and a Separatist fleet, and that's the goal there. We're also building Ewoks extremely early, so we've got most of them at 5 stars, 4 or 5 stars. Wicket we just got early on, so that's why I put levels into them today or yesterday. Once we get to Chirpa's node and we have some free time to start building them, we'll build them out. Ideally you need them at 5 to 6 stars, and the reason for that is for the Separatist Might assault battle. Now it's not the best team for this assault battle, I'm sure it's still live on the events. Ground war it is. So you could use Jedi or Ewoks. In the first stage you could use level 75, gear at 8, and then there's no recommended amount of stars, but then the second tier is 5. Now you could probably push to bonus tier with Ewoks. Mythic tier is very hard unless you relic them, which moving on you would relic them for the requirements at least. But even early on we'll get this assault battle underway. The reason we're doing that is the Geonosians, Grievous and their ships really ramp up getting the shards coming in on both of these. Not only that, gives us mods. Yes, we could do Jedi, but Ewoks will also play into the Endor event for the Wicket shards, which Wicket is a requirement for Leia, which is our GL, spoiler alert. That's one of the GLs that we'll be going for, but not straight away. And then we'll also help you then get Zetas from that event. It's also right now it's part of the Endor requirement, Endor raid requirements to be able to participate. So look again at the raid requirements, details, unit requirements. So most of the Ewoks, actually all the Ewoks are eligible for the raid. Same with Captain Rex, Hera, Akbar, Lando, which we're using, Iden. What else have we started farming off? We started farming off Veers, Moff Gideon's there, but we're not really farming him at the moment. And we don't really farm off Wedge, we're farming off Biggs, but so we've got about at least 3 or 4 teams that we could at least contribute to the raid. And now we're not going to do a lot of damage, but it's better than nothing. So that's the idea there as well. As it stands, that will change when this raid filters out and the new one appears. So that's where we are on that account. Full farming guide will come out on the sort of start of January, building it up in our PowerPoint presentation format. It won't be a case of you build this team first, you build that team next. it'll be options at different levels of the game, when what I would recommend you build and when, for building up an economy on the account, more so than what we've done on this, and then getting good GC fleet, and then hopefully 3GLs after a couple of years playing. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay salty.